Guys, welcome back to another SJ Games Live. If you're watching us on the Munchkin CCG Facebook page, which I hope you are, this is our first SJ Games Live on that page, and we're going to do something really special. That is going to be a booster pack opening. This is a tooling sample booster pack from the very first set of the Munchkin Collectible Card Game. That means it's not exactly final, but this is essentially a production level version of the booster pack. This is going to look a lot like what you're going to see in the booster pack. In the booster box, I should say, at your local game store. We're going to open it up, look at all the cards inside here, and then at the end of the video, I'll tell you how to enter to win the cards that come here. You'll be the first person outside of this company to hold and potentially own these cards. So let's take a look at the pack itself, and then we'll get to opening it. So first things first, the booster pack itself. This is, again, this is the very first set that's going to come out. It's featuring the logo, got a little dragon on here. That's a 12-card booster pack. Got some markings on the back. We're not going to go through all of that stuff, really. That's not what you're here for, but just so you see what it looks like. So let's crack into it. Oh, okay. It actually did tear. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, okay. Just so you see the card backs here. I really love the card backs in this game. The logo is super funny. I dig it. We're going to try to do this all professionally and whatnot. So let's see, we've got a Mischief here. This is a Thief Mischief. You can tell from the background what the hero associated is. Purple is Thief, Elf Thief. This is Nope. Prevent up to 3 damage to you. For each damage prevented this way, deal 1 damage to any target. Okay, cool. So it costs 3 gold. It's a Mischief that'll stop some damage, and that's a common. You'll notice here on the bottom there's a little marking with a number and a letter. The number is the set number. The letter is if it's a common, uncommon, rare, etc. So that's a common. Next up is Crusty Disgusting. Excuse me, Crusty Disgusty. This is a neutral. It's got like a gray background there. It's a monster undead. And so this is going to be someone you hire to attack your opponent. Crusty Disgusty costs 3 gold. It's a 4 attack here and 2 health. And when this deals monster to a defender in a fight, it also deals 1 damage to each monster in the defender's stash. So that is something I've used quite a bit because when they're in the stash, they're kind of untouchable, but this lets you kind of damage them and do some work and get rid of some big monsters, potentially. One of my favorites, the Plutonium Dragon. This is another neutral. You see it by the gray card back there. This is an 8 cost, so it's going to cost a lot of gold, but it does do 8 damage and has 8 health, so it's going to be really hard to kill. It does a lot of damage, but it does cost a whole lot of gold to recruit, so if you're going to hire the Plutonium Dragon, it's got to be pretty late in the game, or you've got to have a way to ramp up your gold production. So that's a fun one. That's another common. These have all been commons so far. And the first few in the pack are always going to be commons. So you got Dagger of Treachery. This is a loot, another thief card. It costs 2 levels, essentially. You have to be level 2 to play it. When you're caught cheating, collect 1. You take 1 token from the stockpile and place it on this card. And then it gets a power for every token on that. So, essentially, you get to use it once at its full level, then the tokens go away. It's actually pretty cool. I like that. Again, this is a thief weapon. It would go with this one over here, but these aren't necessarily themed. We can get other heroes in this pack. I just want to make it clear that it's not all thief stuff. But you'll notice on here it says when you're caught cheating, collect 1. The thief has a lot of thematic cards that work with her getting caught cheating. She wants to cheat, so that's a really cool theme with the thief there. We got the Card Shark. This is a simple little 2 cost monster, 2 power, 2 health. When it's squished in a fight, draw a card. Squished means when it's destroyed by damage or when a piece of loot does enough damage to kill it, something along those lines. So you're able to draw an extra card. So it kind of replaces itself. We're not out of space down here. Oh, see, there we go. We got a cleric card. This is the Pygmy Sycophant. It's a monster beastie. These subtypes on monsters don't always come into effect. There may be cards that reference them, though. Liposuction. When this monster deals damage, you heal an equal amount. So it's only got 1 power. It does have 3 health, so it's a little bit harder to kill. But with only 1 strength, it's not going to do a ton of damage. But you do heal that much every time, so that's not bad. The Beagle Scout. So this is a 1 gold, 1 health ally. But it has monstrous, and this is a ranger card. The green background with the leaf indicates ranger, and monstrous means you can play it as a monster, and it equals 1 gold to recruit, 1 power, and 1 health. So simple little 1/1, but it has a mix. Oh, this is awesome! So this is flaming armor. So this X down here, if you can see that, I won't go farther, but the X at the bottom indicates that it's a special rare. This is not one this does not take up our rare slot for the pack. and it's a little bit special compared to the rest of them because this is actually called duotone. So this flaming armor in the set, I believe it's either a common or an uncommon, but we did print a lot of these cards, or a few of these cards, in a very rare version called duotone, which is similar to what the original Munchkin was. So if you remember that far back, going way back to Machine here, 2001 Munchkin was not in color. So a lot of people have played only Munchkin in full color. The original Munchkin actually was in duotone. It wasn't in full color. So that's kind of what this is referencing. This is a loot armor. Prevent up to you can zap it to prevent up to 3 damage to your hero by target monster. So essentially it's a 3-drop. You have to be at least level 3 or higher. And it prevents 3 damage, so it's a really strong card. Plus it's a cool little rare in duotone. So whoever gets these cards is going to get a really special one there. We got the Avenging Apostle. It's a 2-cost ally that has 3 health, so it's kind of chunky there. When you take damage from a monster, unzap this. So you can actually use them to, you can zap them to block a monster, and then if you take damage after that, you can unzap them. So a really strong one there. He's our first uncommon, I believe. Yeah, so we had the really rare card, then it followed by an uncommon here. Bumbles, one of my favorite monsters. This is a 1-cost, 1 power, 1 health. When an opponent squishes this, that opponent spills 2. That means they move the top 2 cards of the deck to their discard pile. So you can get spilled in this game where you lose if you can't draw a card. If you're out of cards in your deck and you're out of cards, then you lose the game. So Bumbles can kind of accelerate that if you kill him. And he's so cute. Why would you want to kill him? He's so cute. Goldman Stacks. This is a location. Again, it's a neutral card. During this hero's reckoning step, and that's a phase at the beginning of your turn, all heroes spill 1. So we talked about Bumbles a second ago. You're spilling cards. This is another location. Spills cards. You can try to spill your opponent out. And there's our rare, the White Brothers Dungeon. If you remember original Munchkin, you know the White Brothers, they're a monster in the game, and now you see their dungeon here featuring both the White Brothers. When this comes into play, if there's a copy of this card in your discard pile, squish this. When a monster survives the fight, it takes a damage. So essentially that means if a monster lives after it does all its work, it'll take an automatic damage before it goes to your stash, which is really, really brutal. It can hurt both players pretty badly. Your monsters need to be pretty strong. So if you're playing against someone who's running a bunch of cards like Bumbles with only 1 health, White Brothers Dungeon can take them out. So guys, that is the booster pack. That is all 12 cards. We've got a rare here, and we've got an ultra rare here with the flaming armor. So that is really awesome. I'm really excited about this. This is a really neat little pack. It showed off a lot of different heroes here. We didn't get any wizard cards or any barbarian cards or any bard cards, but we got a good mix of stuff here, from loot to monsters to allies, a couple locations, and a cool ultra rare. But now's the fun part, because you guys get to enter to win this booster pack. Now again, these cards aren't necessarily final, but they do give you an idea of what's in the set. And they're really cool collectibles to have, because you'll be the first person in the known universe to own cards from the game. To enter, all you need to do is like the Munchkin Collectible Card Game Facebook page, specifically the Munchkin CCG Facebook page. I'll link that in the description. You're most likely already here if you're watching it. And you need to comment in the video below just which one of these cards is your favorite. If you have a specific card in here that you like the most, maybe it's this cool ultra rare flaming armor, maybe it's the rare White Brothers, maybe it's something else, maybe it's Bumbles, because I'm a big Bumbles fan myself. I would understand if your favorite is Bumbles. But you guys have till next Wednesday, December 6th to enter that. We're going to pick one winner randomly, and they'll win the entire pack. And guys, don't forget, you can also pre-order the Munchkin Collectible Card Game right now on Warehouse 23. We've got a bundle up that features 12 booster packs and all three starter decks. And you'll get a special holiday card to give to whoever you want to let them know that they're getting the game when it comes out next February 2018. So the game's not going to be out till February 2018, but you'll get the Christmas card or holiday card before the holidays start to give to your favorite target and let them know that they're getting the Munchkin Collectible Card Game. I've left a link to that in the description below as well. So guys, thank you for joining us. Check out munchkinccg.game. That's our website where we feature all our strategy articles. You can look on there and check out how to draft, how to play your different factions if you're a fan of the Cleric, the Ranger, whatever the class may be. We're going to be putting up articles weekly, letting you know how to play those and give you some insight, tips, and previews to cards on there as well. So guys, check that out as well. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week on SJ Games Live.